Hello, I'm going to do the new Advent of Code problem of today. Um, and yeah, I said I will do it in 8 p.m. Israel time, but it's 8:15. Yeah, so I guess I may miss the schedule occasionally. Um, while it opens the new question, I cut the last one short because I didn't finish in time. Turned out my program was okay. The only thing is our little than operator for records doesn't work properly for Lamdu at the moment. Yeah, it's kind of a hack that types have equals and little than. And I guess we inherit the JavaScript little than that we compile to, and it works strange. But with this, the program had no bug and it worked. Let's close it and let's look what is the new question. So, okay, looks like we are parsing a kind of assembly program. Cool. So let's start with parsing it. Sorry. So we'll start by splitting lines. Let's see the evaluation results. And what are we going to do? We're going to interpret it. So let's see the instructions. So there's a register for the signal strength of a cathode ray tube, and we okay, the register times the number of cycle is the signal strength. That's strange, but okay. And some instructions take some cycles to complete and others takes one. Okay, so let's start by parsing. It looks like the different instruction types are no op and add x. Okay, so let's map it into. I see some spam chat entering. I don't know if I have a way to delete it, but yeah, this is a programming live stream. It has nothing to do with hot girls or anything like that. Had some clean chat so far, like only had a little bit of chat, but it was all authentic so far. So, ignoring that, yeah, if text equals no op, then we'll have no op. Otherwise, let's assume it's an add x. Yeah, so let's split the text on spaces, make it into an array. Take the second item and parse it as an integer, and then it needs to be lifted into the sum type, it'll call it add x, right? So if we make an array of this, we have no op add x3 add x minus 5. And I guess the runtime evaluation results should display the same as terms with the tick. That's something to. After completing this quest, I will go over all of my live streams and collect issues for Lamdu. So we are basically concerned with the value of x in different cycles. So let's interpret that. Instead of to array, let's do fold. And then what is the initial value of the register? That's a good question. During the first cycle, x is 1. Okay, so this will be the initial value. And they're saying no op takes a single cycle. So let's do item dot case, right? So no op. In the case of no op, then it will be one cycle of the accumulator, and then we will continue with the accumulator, right? Otherwise, it's also going to be the accumulator at the. Okay, I guess in any case we start with the accumulator. Let's do it like this. Sorry. In any case, the state at this cycle is the accumulator. Then, either in the case of no op, it's just the continuation with the accumulator. Otherwise, they're saying that the add x takes an additional cycle, so it's the accumulator again, and then it's going to be a continuation with accumulator plus num, the number in the add x. So now, and then regarding the tail, I don't know what do we do at the end of the program. Yeah, so I guess we output the final accumulator at the end. Yeah, you can call this accumulator, I suppose. So now we have the values, and we can. Okay, you know what? For proper naming, we'll call this parsed. Right. And let's also extract this, and we call this register values. Right. And now, I'm obstructing the code with my face. Let me move out of the way to here. So register values. We want to count them in this specific cycles. And I guess we're starting at 1. So let's do this zip with, yeah, 1.iterate num plus 1. And we're not concerned with the tail. And then what we have is if RHS modulo 20 equals 0, then we multiply 20 with, not 20, we multiply LHS and RHS. Otherwise it's 0, and then we sum these. Mark it, I type sum. And my answer is 0. Is that the answer here? Oh, actually it's not everyone dividing by 0, it's everyone's model with 40 seems to be 20, right? 20, then 60, then 100. So I guess we didn't get to that many cycles, so let's do this. This is called Advent 10 example small, right? Sorry, Command X, let's close it, Command W. But I want a different one here, I'll extract it. This will be Advent 10 example, large. This. And it says 13,140. Is that the answer here? Yeah. So, and then are we supposed to stop at I don't know if we're supposed to stop at 220, or are we going to go further? Was there anything special about 220? I don't know. Let's try the program as it is right now. So let's get my puzzle input, copy, let's yes, let's put it in a new repo. Alright, this is Advent 10, my input. Now let's turn this into a function. Advent 10, no, Advent 10, sorry. Advent 10, it gets an input and it uses this input. Okay, let's see, Advent 10 with Advent 10 Advent 10 my input, let's move it to the top. 12,640. Let's see if that's the answer. 12,640. Yes, okay, wasn't too hard. Let's see what's cooking in part 2. X register controls the horizontal position of a sprite, which is 3 pixels wide. Okay, in the middle of the sprite. Okay. Okay, so actually we are controlling the drawing. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're actually going to create a drawing which we will need to read. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so let's add another parameter called part2. And yeah, this is the part1 calculation. So if part2, then something, otherwise this. No. So what happens in part2 is we also zip register values with something. And that something is going to be 1 to 40, 0 to 39, repeating itself. So 0 to 39, let's do a repeat of this concatenated. Right. And we're not going to consider anything with a tail. So yeah, when register values completes, that's it. Yeah, and actually want to make it into different lines. Yeah. So what? Let's first break it into line and then zip each one, right? And yeah, do I have groups? This, yeah. So groups of a certain length is something we do have in the standard library. So actually, register values dot groups of 40, right? We're going to map over these groups, and then yeah, okay, so the advent 10 thing should, in this case, it outputs a string. And so let's make the other case also show it as a string. So we need to get text in the end. And the text, we will want to join. We want this on the right side. So I'm marking this command right. It's on the right side of join. With a new line, yeah, I want to join over. What I'm doing with each list, I'll take the list, I'll zip it with 0 to 40. Forget about the tail, not interesting, empty. And then I have, I'll turn this into a string from characters. Yeah. And then if so LHS is the register position, which is the position of the sprite, and the sprite is 3 pixels wide. So the position before and after the index are also good. So if absolute value of LHS minus RHS is smaller or equal to 1, then we display a hash character, otherwise we'll display a dot character. And Yeah, it's not running because this is not how admin 10 should be used. You should, it's, uh, it now has two parameters. So let's use the same example input. So we get the example drawing. Admin 10 example large. So we can try to run part one again just to see we still have it. And now it returns a string. Okay, let's do part two. And yeah, we get this drawing, which kinda looks like this drawing here, right? Except it's hard to tell because we're not using a fixed width font. So let's do this. I'll change the theme to the retro theme. And okay. And does it look like the same drawing? It does. So it made the drawing small because yeah, it didn't fit with the fixed width font in this place. Oh, and it's also displaying the opening quote here. I guess we should change how multi-line annotations are displayed. So let's do it with admin 10 my input. And it looks like it says EHB ZL RJR. Right? So, nice problem today. Yeah. So I'll do tomorrow's cast at, I'll try to do it at 1800 UTC. And I had some questions on previous stream. Actually, it should be in my notifications here. So let's go and answer the question. Can I? Yeah. So how do I add high definition? Stop the ad. How do I hide the definition? So I just go and press in the Mac. It's Command W, Alt W. Sorry, it's Alt W. That's the key. Yes. How do I open a name object? Okay, so if I'm on a name, like here on admin 10, I just press enter on it and it opens the name object. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I have a recommendation on Keycaster. I will give this a try and maybe in tomorrow's stream it will be clear. So, okay, see you guys tomorrow.